Speaking of guys that always find a way to come back.
Melo, ISO against Gallinari. Here's the three. Carmelo Anthony, number 10 all-time, and the foul. So Carmelo making history.
Carmelo Anthony gets number 10 on the all-time NBA scoring list. So quietly, it seemed like this week. Got some press for it and pub for it, but man, like and I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't realize he was that close to being on that part of the list, maybe because he was out of the game for so long. But now the whole conversation is first ballot Hall of Famer, Carmelo Anthony?
Yes, no doubt.
Okay.
Just because, even because of what he did in college, winning the championship in college and then going to the pro. Carmelo has a great year. I remember I went on record when Carmelo was with Denver. He was at a point with that team. I thought he had a chance of winning MVP that next season, but then next thing you know, he's going to the Knicks. And I feel like if Carmelo would have not been such a selfish player, and I don't mean that in a bad way, he's the type of guy when he gets the ball, he holds it, he dribbles, he's going to score for you. But that makes other people around him not better. That means they standing around, they're watching. And you don't want basketball players to watch. You want to be engaged and involved. And Carmelo is a hell of a player. And he can score it like anybody, mid-range in the post, So he can score at any given time. I just wish he'd have been in a position where he could have been on a team like older guys that put him in his places. No, share the basketball. Sort of like we had to do with Kobe, and then you win championships.
But you know what? It all worked out because I think Carmelo's story is one of my favorites in sports, in the last couple of years, to see him have this kind of resurgence. And now he's playing with some young guns and he's sort of adapted his role. So, it is what it is. The arc of his career has been an interesting one. And at times, I loved him with the Knicks and then I hated him and now I love him again. So it's just been, I'm happy for him. It's cool to see.
Two things, and Jamie, I absolutely agree with you from when it comes to the resurgence of his career, because there were a lot of people questioning, like, can he really still do what we at least need him to do, let alone add other things? But two things: the irony of him hitting the 10,000 mark, 10,000 point
all
mark.
time,
right?
Yeah.
10th all time. He did it in Atlanta. Now, a lot of people know he is the greatest player to never put on an official Atlanta Hawks jersey when it came to him being traded here. He was only traded here for a minute, then he was shipped back out. Yeah. So there were people who had jerseys created. There were people who were hanging his jersey up, saying it was the greatest, there's the irony with that. So that was cool. Also, you talk about other opportunities that he had in his career. I wish, and look, I'm never opposed to a guy getting your money, get your bread. He could have gone to Chicago with a prime Derrick Rose. And when that team was a defensive juggernaut with Tom Thibodeau, he could have been that extra scoring piece that could have got them over the top because they never could get past LeBron.